Hey everyone, what's up? What's good? This is Chelsea at Vividglowtarot coming at you all with another Zodiac tarot card reading for the month of January for all my Geminis out there. Sorry that it is for the month of January if you guys were expecting one back in December, but the most important thing is that you're still picking up a reading within the energies for the month of January currently for you guys. So, anyways, again, this will be for January 2026, and I'm just going to hop right into it for you all. So I started off with the Astro Dice to kind of just pick up the energies and see what it's looking like for you guys, any challenges or main key ideas or messages or events kind of happening for you all. So the first dice here is the planet, and it's Mercury. And Mercury, let's see, Mercury represents communication, thought, learning, messages, intellect, youth, and duality. And then for the planet, the zodiac, we have Mercury with Leo. And Leo is like the lion, and it represents creativity, leadership, pride, vitality, and strength. And then we have the sixth house. And the sixth house represents your daily routines, work, health, responsibilities, kind of highlighting how you manage everyday tasks and approach your job, not within a career, but dealing with everyday daily tasks. And also it could deal with minor illnesses or enemies, and also with laziness or procrastination, and how you serve others. So it's about the nitty-gritty of life, discipline, and your physical well-being, showing your attitude toward duty and self-care overall. All right, that's for my Geminis. And also again, the sixth house is the how-to within guiding your daily living, focusing on efficiency, your well-being, and a useful contribution within the tasks and activities you are dealing with or interact with dealing with, okay, for the month of January. So, with that being said, sorry, I was going to move that piece of paper out of the way. So next, so I did kind of usually I shuffle these on camera, but I was already pre-shuffling, because I do pre-shuffle the Oracle card message and the overall energy tarot card, or cards that come out. And I just felt called to do the my homemade tarot card deck, which is flashcards, and pre-shuffled those. And what we got is, the first one is freedom. Well, first we got freedom, protection, life path 9, anger issues, and cut off. So I'm just going to read what these say. Freedom, it says, needing more freedom in a situation or flexibility with your schedule, work. Again, this could be dealing with those daily tasks and needing more flexibility or freedom within your everyday tasks or responsibilities, within more self-care and your own well-being, for that matter. It kind of resonates with the Astro Dice for sure for my Geminis. So that was the first card. And then we got protection. So I do feel that you guys are very spiritually protected, or are being spiritually protected at this time, because I do feel like there is some unsettling energies or situations that are kind of present at this time. Life path number 9. So life path number 9, to figure out your life path number, all you have to do is just add your birth date with the birth month and the birth year. So my birthday is the 12th month, so I would do 1 plus 2, because it's the 12th month, which is 3. And then my birthday is 21, so that's 2 plus 1, which is 3. And then you would add like your birth year. And then once you get your birth year's numbers, you would add the 3 and your year number. And then I'm actually a life path number 9 myself. Or you may just resonate with the number 9, maybe seeing the number 9 or dealing with someone who is a life path number 9. And it says ability to let go and embrace others with different life path numbers. Okay. So you may be like needing to kind of like detach from someone, or are able to like let go of other people who's not like on the same vibrational frequency or isn't matching your energetic frequencies you're putting off, right? And you're able to like know when and where or how, if you should, like let this go, right? Okay. And then we have anger issues. Has trouble managing their anger, often acts out their anger in a destructive rather than constructive manner, says or does things they regret. So I don't know if this is you or if this is the person that you may be dealing with that you're getting protection from, or with other people in general. And then we have cut off. And then it says no going back, no more people pleasing. So I do feel that like people may think you have anger issues because you're a people pleaser and you're always trying to help people or please people and are there for people, just like you support people, heal people, you know, like you're a loving soul, I feel, and love to help people. But there's a time and a place when you have to cut people off, or if they're using or taking advantage of you, you know, needing to cut them off. Or you may need to cut off someone that has anger issues. That may be a life path number 9, and you're being spiritually protected at this time, and you're needing that freedom. So you're going to have to cut them off in order to gain this, okay? Or it could be going up here or, you know, down, however it resonates with you for my Geminis out there. So that's the a little bit more in depth for like, you know, clarity, or what's it called, to see if you like resonate, to make sure this is still the reading, and continue watching to receive the messages that are meant for you at this time. All right, so with that being said, let's move on to the oracle card portion. Again, as I mentioned, I have two different oracle card decks. You got 2 cards for my Geminis. For I mean, sometimes, like I think in one of my previous readings I've uploaded, there may have been 2 tarot cards, but still just 1 oracle card, or 2 from one oracle card, but 1 from another, and just 1 tarot card. But this group actually got all 2 for each one. So I think that's kind of interesting there. So first we're going to start with the 2 tarot cards on top from the Modern Witch Tarot card deck, just to kind of see what the energies what the energies are for the month of January for my Geminis, and get into what's going on. All right, so first we have the Devil in reverse. I hope you guys can see. The lighting is kind of bad. Actually, one second. I'm going to cut my light on. Hopefully that makes it a little better. Alright, so we have the Devil in reverse, and a few things that represent the Devil in reverse could be, it represents freedom, which is so crazy because, again, we had that freedom card, but it represents freedom and escaping like toxic relationships. Again, we have anger issues, and then cut off. So escaping toxic relationships is what the Devil in reverse represents, as well as addictions, like such as shopping, money, sex, drugs, or even like unfulfilling jobs. And it also talks about like liberation from materialism. So casting off like excessive focus on possessions, status, or physical desires, right? And it could also represent confronting certain shadows that you're dealing with. Recognizing and letting go of self-limiting beliefs, or negative patterns, or even like hidden fears, right? And like reclaiming your power, taking back control from external influences or internal compulsions. And also talks about breaking cycles, breaking free from this chain, ending cycles of dependency, codependency, secrecy, or destructive habits. Okay. So overall, like the reverse devil is a very powerful call to action, signaling that you're like ready to stop being a victim of your own desires or circumstances and are actively seeking spiritual and personal growth out of this situation. And it could be within this relationship, partnership, friendship, coworker, or yourself. So that's the first card that we got. And then next we have the Moon card. The Devil card actually represents Capricorn, which is Earth energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and the planet Saturn, which talks about putting in the work, being committed and dedicated, and something that you have to work towards for a while. This ain't going to just happen overnight. It's going to be hard, long work. So that way, once it's completed, it can be something lasting, right? It will be completed and it will be done, and you've done the work, and you will see the fruits of the labor. You will see the success and the victory and the achievement, and it will no longer be what it was. It will actually come into fruition what it was that you were gaining or trying to have achievement or victory within, or success within, right? Anyways, the Moon card. So the Moon card is Cancer, water energy. It could be Pisces or Cancer. I think it might be Pisces, but I'm pretty sure it's Cancer. It talks about our emotions. It could be pertaining to Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. But it talks about your intuition and the unconscious. So it's really a call to listen to like your inner voice, or any like dreams you may be having, or like subconscious messages, like downloads, channeled messages you may be receiving. And then also like exploring any hidden feelings, right? And this card also talks about like illusions and deception. So like things are not as they appear, and appearances are like deceiving at this time, or there may be like hidden enemies or secrets may exist, again with the cut off and the anger issues and the freedom. Like there's something going on happening here that I feel that you're slowly but surely kind of catching on to, right? And I feel like it's caused a lot of fear and anxiety that you are chaining yourself to from this, because this card does represent fear and anxiety, as well, within like unresolved worries or past traumas, or very deep embedded fears rising to the surface for you guys. Like, and if you see like this little creature thing right here is like coming to the surface, right? But it's like almost like you don't want to face it. But I do see you guys in the month of January like doing this, right? And it also talks about uncertainty, as there is like two people, two choices, like you may even connect with the sky or the moon as well to receive messages and downloads to get more clarity within the situation. That could be like a message of advice for you guys to try out. It also talks about within like uncertainty here, like a foggy underpath where quick decisions are risky. So make sure you proceed cautiously within going down this path you're choosing to go down out of like fear, or someone trying to deceive you or something. Make sure you're paying attention to things that are being brought to the surface. Again, dealing with that shadow work here, because you don't want to go down in a bad path and experience another old toxic cycle again, when there's this opportunity here coming to the surface to be able to break free from this and end this negative and toxic cycle that's no longer serving you for your highest good overall, right? Okay, so that's the tarot card messages that we got for you guys. Let's jump into the oracle card portion. We're going to start off with the Power of Surrender oracle cards. I'm just going to kind of like move these there, these here. Okay. Let's see. We have surrender procrastination. I'm pretty sure I mentioned procrastination earlier. But it says now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. All right. There's definitely some kind of like fear or worry and anxiety coming up. We also have surrender to non-action. So like procrastination, non-action, it's kind of resemblance. And these cards look so much alike and together. It's so wild. It says surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Maybe you're procrastinating about non-action, right? Maybe you're procrastinating about being still. Maybe you're trying to act. And you're more so procrastinating on what it is you know you should be doing, which is no action, right? You're trying to do. Like, you see, I feel non-action is appropriate because you're procrastinating facing your shadow side and these things that's been hidden that's coming to the surface. So non-action is a necessity for you guys, for my Geminis in the month of January, to heal some of these traumatic events, past emotional trauma, just things that's been very toxic and hard for you guys. I'm really deeply sensing that for the month of January. And there's you have to surrender this procrastination of facing it, right? Because you're trying to like keep going. And it's like, no, I'm still here. I'm still lurking, but I'm at the surface. Like, are you going to face me? You know? And the devil is kind of like trying to hold you back. And I feel that you are trying to break free from this, or you will, for the month of January, right? So some advice is to surrender to non-action, right? You need to let others come to you and focus on your own power. Be still and not act, and just breathe. Connect with yourself. Self-love, self-care, realizing your self-worth, your value, and surrendering to the procrastination of it. Now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So you taking action on focusing on your own power will let others come to you and attract success, right? Is what I'm getting. Let's see here. I'm going to I don't know how to do this. We'll do this. Alright, and then from the Enchanted Map Oracle card deck, I'll actually have to read from the guidebook for you guys. But yeah, so these are actually reversals. So we got, it says strength, and we did get the Leo on the Astro dice, which is the lion, which represents strength, courage, leadership, being brave and having courage, right? But it's in reverse, and it's card number 44. So you may be seeing the number 44, or maybe even the number 8. It could be significant. It represents kind of like the infinity symbol. And then we have card number 15, which reduces to 6. Or you may be seeing the number 15, 1 or 5. And it says one ring circus. But it's in reverse, as well as I do have the it does have meanings for cards in reverse as well, so keep that in mind. All right, so okay, so so I kind of want to do this. I want to remove these around, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so let's read from the guidebook. Card number 44 will do, card number 44, Strength in Reverse. We'll do first. It says, your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting tasks is yours at this time. Hold on. My bad. It's in reverse. Let me back up. When you see the strength card reverse, pay particular attention to your health, for this indicates that your body, mind, and spirit need strengthening at this time. Exercise, rest, and proper nutrition are necessary to keep you in balance. Don't deplete yourself through overwork, as now is a time for building your stamina. Perhaps you feel the bonds weakening in a relationship. If they are in danger of being broken, they may need repair. Attend to them before the burden gets too heavy. Be strong, face the reality of your relationship at this time, and give it your attention, for any fragile threads may give way. Let go of whatever robs you of your life force and trust that something better will take its place. Okay, and then card number 15. We got One Ring Circus in reverse, and it says you are capable and competent. And it says, if you think that the sun won't rise without you, then it's time to change. Perhaps you believe no one will be there to help you, or you expect that you have to do all the work, emotional or otherwise. This is a fear-based idea and only serves to alienate you from others by taking away their right to participate. Receiving the One Ring Circus card may indicate the misuse of power. Give it up. Let go of the need to control how the wind blows and let others play their part. You don't need to be invincible. Have all the answers or be the savior. Like that people pleasing as mentioned. Things will get done if you step out of your own way. Yet another meaning for this card suggests that someone else may be trying to control you. This needs to be addressed. Don't be afraid to set a boundary. This is a wonderful step to enter dependence. Consider the example of two trees planted side by side, sharing the sunlight equally, neither overshadowing the other. Exactly. I really do feel that this is like, because the Lover's card is like the Devil card, but you have like an angel with two people, where the devil, it's the devil and two people. But I do feel there's a lot of codependency here, and someone's trying to control you and has you chained, and you're trying to break free from this. And again, there's two people right here again, and then you also got two cards, for like every oracle card. So I do feel like this is you in a partnership, friendship, coworker, something. You're dealing with someone else within this situation as well. Okay, you're needing to cut this person off, right? And focusing on your own selves again. All right, so that was the oracle and overall energy portion. Let's jump into the tarot card portion of it, just to get a little bit more in depth and clarity within like advice, guidance, and the most likely overall outcome of the situation. I do feel like there will be some kind of ending, because the Death card has just peeked out when I was shuffling. Just looky there. I'm so glad that was on camera. This is Scorpio energy again, as I mentioned previously. Water energy. The Death card represents Scorpio. So something within our emotions, some kind of ending. Something is definitely coming to an end, right? Let me just shuffle a little bit more. I just want to see what else comes out for you guys. So we have the Death card and the Three of Swords. All right. So usually, like, when the Death card appears, it's a powerful sign of, like, release, rebirth, and it's irreversible change, right? And it's showing a depiction of, like, an armored skeleton, and he's riding a white horse through, like, a fallen kingdom. Like, look at these people, like, there's, yeah, you know, and the flag that he's holding, it signifies transformation, not destruction, right? Because you can still see, like, the sun in the background rising, right? But overall, this card marks as the end of a cycle, a habit, or a relationship, or your identity, even, that's, like, outlived its purpose. So, like, it's not easy, but it's very necessary. And death kind of invites you to shed your old skin and grieve if needed, and trust that what's falling away is making room for something more truer, deeper, and more alive. Because endings are beginnings in disguise. So definitely needing to let go so you can grow. Okay. Again, Scorpio energy. So you may be dealing with a Scorpio. You don't have to. But next, let's just jump into, like, the Three of Swords here. So the Three of Swords is air energy, and it could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, which you are a air sign, my Gemini. So again, I'm not going to sugarcoat with the Three of Swords here. It represents a heartbreak, and is often portrayed with, like, grief you may be feeling when something or someone don't meet, like, the expectations of what you had planned. It also pops up when pain needs to be acknowledged, right? And not avoided. It could be in regards of a breakup or a betrayal, or just this thing of knowing something didn't turn out the way you've hoped. Even if this happened in the past a long time ago, right? It hurts. But this card doesn't just speak, about sadness. It can also signal release and letting the truth in, right? And letting the tears out. So the healing can kind of begin here, right? Because you're not broken. You're breaking open. Okay? That's the message from these two cards that I'm getting so far. Let's see if there's any, oh my goodness. If there's any advice or guidance, any messages within advice or guidance that you guys may need to know at this time, as well as a challenge, any challenges you may be having. So the challenge is the Devil card. I feel the advice is going... Oh, wow, that's too many. I guess we can take it. Let's go ahead and just touch base on the Two of Swords here. Since we were just talking about swords energy here. So swords, the Two of Swords is a moment when, things need to be quiet. Again, with that non-action, needing to be still and quiet oracle card that we mentioned. Because you may feel stuck. Again, with the Devil card, that's clearly the challenge here, is feeling stuck. And at first glance, it kind of looks peaceful, but under the surface, it's a standoff here. And you're being caught between two choices or two perspectives or two equally intense feelings, right? It's the I don't know what to do, so I'm doing nothing vibe But indecision is still a decision. So sooner or later, you'll have to take off that blindfold and choose a path. This card is a call for stillness still, yes, but also for courage based on deep intuitive listening, right? Okay, so don't get the two confused, especially with this moon card and the devil energy popping up so much, you know. Like, do not be deceived by this. Do not let, you know, these more darker, lower vibrational negative energies take control over you. It also talks about having like a mental stalemate as well, or having tough calls to make, or it could even be like a willful avoidance. You may be avoiding something, or someone may mentally and emotionally avoiding you at the time. It really talks about crisis of your mind as well. It's like your logic's kind of hit a wall here. You might be like weighing two equally valid options or refusing to make a choice at all, but there's like tension in trying to keep the peace, right? Or maintain control, or to avoid discomfort or disagreements. But silence can be just as loud as action. So this card really asks you as advice to check in. What truth are you not ready to face? What emotions are you pushing down? And your instincts really are sharper than you think, but clarity can't break through at this time if you're afraid to see what's really there. So really needing to take off that blindfold, because there's every reason to already kind of suspect what it is. You already know what you want to do or need to do, right? Okay, so next. Next, we have this Star card, and this is Aquarius air energy. But first, I kind of want to touch base on the Six of Pentacles here. Because, you know, it talks about, again, as previously mentioned, it's Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But it represents... what was that I was about to say? I'm so sorry, guys. People pleasing. It kind of talks about people pleasing, like, you know, people taking more than what they can give in return or give back, or people taking advantage and taking more than they should, in a sense. But it's a card of like giving and receiving, right? And that he also has like the scales here, so like maintaining that balance overall is what you're wanting. 6 is an even number as well. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of my drink. But it's the card of giving and receiving and the flow of like abundance. It also talks about generosity with the side of like discernment. Like whether if you're in a position to offer support or in need of a little help yourself, this card remind you that life moves in cycles. So sometimes you give, sometimes you receive. But ideally, the exchange is rooted in fairness. Not guilt, not power, right? Overall, it just talks about like needing emotional support or financial aid, or even just someone showing up when it counts, is the key. So give from the heart and receive without shame or guilt. Sorry, I was still just sipping on my drink. One more message on the Six of Pentacles here. I feel this is a moment, it's a signal that this is a moment when resources are kind of like moving in your life at this time. Or you might be in a position to offer help, or you might be the one receiving it. Either way, there's dignity here in both roles. And what matters is the intention behind the exchange, right? But as mentioned previously, the Star card, The star card is Aquarius, air energy. And this overall, it talks about renewal, right? Renewal, inspiration, faith, and spiritual alignment overall. You're being kind of reminded that healing is happening right now. And your path is illuminated, even if you can't see the full picture yet. And like survival here is just quite the accomplishment that you've had to experience and learn within this lesson. I would say to trust in your healing process and pour into yourselves. You know, like remember who you are and rest beyond the noise, right? It's calling you to soften and to dream again and to reconnect with your deeper truth. It's the nudge to kind of like realign with your faith. And knowing that you have the capacity to begin again. You don't have to fix everything overnight. You just have to keep moving toward the light, right? But yeah, that's basically what I got for you guys. For my Geminis, that was pretty intense, a little deep. That's what's going to be happening for you guys for the month of January when it comes to the energies I picked up. I hope this brought you clarity, guidance, support, and confirmation within the circumstance or experiences that you may be dealing with and going through at this time. If you feel guided and called to, please share to allow others the opportunity to receive these messages as well to help them. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and liked it. Comment below if you resonated and would like to let me know that, you know, what's kind of going on, if you resonated. And thank you guys so much for those of you who do that support. I'm showing so much gratitude to you guys. And I'm sending infinite blessings of light. And until again, bye.